to cut their lead down to 3. And I thought our guys had a good level. We had a good level of momentum in terms of just our competitive spirit and the way our guys were communicating and attacking. And then we got tentative. We passed up a couple shots that were really good looks that we need to take, and then we didn't execute. You know, I thought the other night against Iowa State we really executed down the stretch, and this was completely, you know, the flip side of that. So when you combine that stuff, not being aggressive enough, being too tentative, and not executing the right way, that's what led to our offensive struggles. And then they were able to score, and we had to foul them.
Shaka, it looks like their aggressiveness could be summed up the whole day with Mastin's play where he ripped the ball from Jace and scored.
Yeah, I mean, I don't that. Yes, I agree with you. I wouldn't put it all on Jace. I mean, that's just.
Baylor's aggressiveness.
Yeah, I mean, I told the guys. I mean, you know, Baylor came into this game 0-2 in the league, and I said they're going to play with a level of fight and a level of aggressiveness. I said, you know, if we can match and exceed that, it can actually work against them. But and I thought at times we did that, but nowhere near consistently enough. And certainly the end of the first half and the start of the second half, we were not aggressive enough, and we weren't smart enough in those situations.
You get 18 points from Jace. What were they able to do to make it more difficult on them?
In the second half, yeah, they did a good job adjusting and accounting for him. He got one open look, but he wasn't able to knock it down. They just, you know, were way more aware of him, Cedric, and you know, honestly, they played more man-to-man. You know, when we've played Baylor, like they do against most teams, they switch defenses back and forth from man to zone. We did a better job against their zone today than we did against their man-to-man.
What's the latest on Andrew when you think he can come back?
Yeah, I'm really not able to say much right now. He's, you know, obviously, you know, not feeling well, and just out of respect for his family and their privacy, I have to leave it at that.
The last 5 minutes, as this is going on, who are you mad at? Are you mad at Matt for not organizing them? Are you mad at them for missing shots? I mean, what's going through your mind when this is unfolding?
Well, Matt and I are going to spend a lot of time together over the next few days because he has to do a way better job as a quarterback of our team. And, you know, he's had so many good moments this year of being our steering wheel, being the guy that sets the course for us. But you know, that didn't happen today, and you know, it's a 5-man game, so it's not all on him. It's on all of us. But you know, Dylan passed up a shot he really needed to take. We were down 3. He's wide open from 3. Didn't shoot it. We ended up getting a shot clock violation. It's got to be more aggressive as a whole, as a team.
I know you've seen a little bit of that from Jace in the first half that you saw. What impressed you most, the way he came out?
Well, he was aggressive, and you know, I think when he's played well this year, he's had an aggressive, confident, and loose mindset. And when he struggled this year, which is not unlike most freshmen, he's been a little tentative and unsure. And I thought he just played with nothing to lose in the first half. He knew he was going to get open shots, just the way Baylor played. You know, he was able to. It wasn't just threes. He was able to get an offensive rebound and put it back, score on the basket. So hopefully that's a confidence booster for him that he knows he can do that.
You mentioned the execution at Iowa State was so much different than today. I mean, in particular in that Iowa State game, you guys came out a couple timeouts, ran some really great half-court stuff.
Yep.
Is it a matter of the guys just not executing the play calls, or you know, what happens so it looks like that, and then today it looks so different?
Well, I think, Dustin, it starts with even before you talk about execution, it starts with understanding what goes into winning and knowing that you have to do that in order to win, especially on the road. So execution is one of those things, and you've got to follow the plan exactly, you know, like we practiced doing it. I thought we made some strides in that, like I said in our last game. But, we came out of timeouts a couple of times today, and we're not anywhere near as crisp doing what we needed to do. Now, one thing about Baylor, they play man, they play zone, so sometimes that can throw you off, but that's not an excuse. You have to be ready to execute the play exactly the way it's diagrammed. If it's a hard cut, you got to make the hard cut. If it's a screen, you have to make the screen. So our guys, as a group, our guys have to be way more accountable to that.
Two last ones. Shaka, obviously, in certain games this year, you encounter adversity at different points, and it seems the response is sort of different each time out. Like, you go and win that game and whatnot, and Michigan, you lose this game, now you lose that game. How difficult, or like, what can you do, I guess, to sort of get them to respond the right way?
Yeah. Well, it's something that is a huge component of what we're hitting these guys with on a daily basis. We have one word up in our practice gym, and that's the word you just said, response. And that's, we're always on the guys about that. We define it for them. We tell them exactly what it is. But it's still a choice, on the part of an individual or a team to make that response. And it is harder on the road to do, but our guys have done it. We've done it in road games up to this point. I thought, again, the way that we closed the first half, the last minute of the half, you might say that wasn't really a response, but it's just as important. It was huge. We went from being up 7 to up 2. And then the way we responded coming out of halftime was nowhere near as good. So especially with some of the younger guys on our team, you just got to keep working with them on exactly how important that is. And then, the actual components of the response, what you say, what you do in terms of your body language, the way you affect the guys around you, and then most importantly, whatever that next play is, having a dedication to doing the right thing.
Last one.
Kerwin finished 2 of 12. He entered the game one of the best guys in the country in two-point field goal
Yeah.
percentage. Was he bothered by either the officiating or the defense, or it just didn't look like he was quite the same?
Yeah, he wasn't himself. He hadn't been himself the last couple of games. We tried to get him to continue attacking. I think, to be honest with you, and we haven't talked one-on-one, since after we haven't talked one-on-one after the game, but I didn't think he had that look on his face of aggressiveness and attacking. I thought a couple things didn't go his way early, and as confident and attacking and aggressive as he's been most of this year, he didn't have that, and we have to have that from him. He's such a huge component of what we do. We ask him to do a lot. We do, but it's one of those things where, hey, you're a junior now, you can do it, but you got to go with an aggressive mindset to go do it.